Welcome to stage 2 of Hard as Hell 2 Gun 2018. This one is actually interesting. You start in this little tank. It's a really confined space, but you have to start with your gun disassembled.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that because I'm using an AK and I've got an RS Regulate side mount. For me to take the bolt assembly out, I have to take my entire optic system off, take the dust cover off, pull the bolt out. And not only is reassembling that a challenging task, and while those do retain 0, I know they do, I'm not going to find out at stage 2 of Hard as Hell 2 Gun. So the penalty for not disassembling the rifle happens to be 20 seconds, and I gotta wonder, when the penalty's 20 seconds, does it even make it worth it?
Oh, we'll find out.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna take my bolt out. The difference for me is I don't use a buffer detent in my rifle for reliability. I've seen too many buffer detents just break randomly over the years. So I've never used one. I also think it helps the action run a little more smoothly with the buffer riding right up against the bolt carrier group. So I'm just gonna have to jam the buffer back in there, jam the bolt in, close it, and I think all told it's probably gonna be 10 to 15 seconds of just doing that. So
that said, this is an instance in which I know you're not using one, but the JP spring system, the capture spring system we're using the Woodstow Energy rifle, that would mitigate this to a large degree because you don't need a buffer detent at all.
Right.
So that would be good for that, although that's kind of a weird reason to have one. That said, I'm not going to do it. So then from in there, you pull these ropes, and on the right and left side, there's those flippy targets. But I'm going to say I'm going to pull those ropes before I engage anything.
Right.
I just want those to stop.
Yeah, you don't have to shoot those first. So whenever there's an activator like that doesn't disappear, you want to get them activated and have them slow down as much as possible before you shoot them.
So for the audience, what that means is doesn't disappear. So when the target activates and starts doing this, in some stages or matches, you'll find that when the actual target stops, it'll stop behind something like a no-shoot or a barrel. In this instance, both targets on the right and left stop and are still visible.
Right.
And there's this little slit through the tank that you now have to engage, what, 70 yards plate rack?
It looks like 60 to 70.
60 to 70 yard plate rack with 3 red plates behind it that are no-shoots, and every time you hit the red plate, it's a no-shoot penalty. And the slit's small enough that any optic offset's going to make you have to cant the gun, which makes this a pretty challenging problem.
Yeah, this stage is going to be about avoiding penalties.
Or is it about just getting the penalties and not caring?
Well, that is a different strategy. You could just ring out your 6 no-shoot penalties to begin with, because there's a max of 6 no-shoot penalties. Get plus 90 seconds from the start, then shoot the plate rack as you would normally and not care about how you miss at that point.
And then after that, you go through that, you crawl out of the tank, engage some target stuff or rifle, put the rifle away, and then there's a bunch of steel challenge at much longer ranges. But you finish on that same plate rack with that same no-shoot assembly there. So at that point, if you'd gotten the no-shoots out of the way with the rifle, at that point, reckless abandon with the pistol, who cares, just shoot the plates.
Right. I think I'm going to try to do this at a moderate pace and shoot clean. Like I said, I think on this stage it's all about who shoots the cleanest.
Do you think it's even possible to shoot that clean? You think anyone gets out of this with no shoots?
We'll see. It's hard to say. I think everybody's going to incur something. If you shoot this clean, you're remarkable.
You're a hero. Yeah. Awesome. All right, stay tuned for stage 2. So shooter starts with their rifle actually disassembled. The bolt is out of the gun is open. I will not be doing that with my AK because I do not wish to. That is a 20-second penalty to not do that. In this tank, you will then pull the ropes left and right, and that will activate some flip targets that move like this. While those are moving, you then shoot through this slit at this plate rack downrange. The red plates are no-shoots, and the plates are obviously what you need to neutralize. Every no-shoot hit is a no-shoot penalty, maximum of 6. Once you've engaged the rifle targets, left, right, and the plate rack, you then run up onto this roof, engage the paper, left and right with your rifle, put your rifle on safe, essentially discard it in this barrel, crawl down this steep rooftop prop, crawl through this tunnel, move to the first pistol start box. From the pistol start box, you then engage the pistol plates after loading your pistol downrange, 1 hit each, finishing on the red stick painted target. You then move to the next pistol box, repeat that same sort of engagement. All pistol plates hit once, finishing with the stop plate with the red stick. Back to this box, engage all pistol targets, stopping with the stop plate with the red painted stick. Then you finally move to the last pistol start box. You actually use the rope to re-engage the plate rack that you had neutralized with the rifle. And from here, you engage the plate rack with your pistol. Every hit on the red plates is a no-shoot penalty. Again, maximum of 6.
Stand by. Get.
Okay, so it turned out on this stage that the actual no-shoot penalties were 5 seconds each.
Yeah.
So the maximum amount of no-shoot penalties you could have is 30 seconds. Now, I decided with the AK and not wanting to take my optic off in the second stage of the match, I ate the penalty of 20 seconds, which I don't know how long it took you to put your bolt in.
I'd say probably about 10 when we counted on video.
So I probably ate 10 seconds on that, but I decided to take the penalty. And then on top of that, I went ahead and just shot all the no-shoots because I didn't really care. When I did the math, I'm like, how much time was it going to take me with an AK to get hits, and how likely is it for me to not get 30 seconds of no-shoots? I just shot and didn't worry about it.
Right.
I don't even know. Did I get all of them? I don't know that I did.
I think you did get all 6. You got 5 with the rifle and 1 with
Probably
the
did.
handgun.
So in raw time, interestingly, you were 145 with 1 no-shoot, so that puts you at 150.
Right.
My raw time was 155 plus 50 seconds of penalties, which puts me at 200 something.
Right.
So what are your thoughts on the stage?
You know, the hardest part was the sideways rifle in there.
Yeah, that was weird.
Just getting behind the optic with limited eye. I don't know that the red dot would have been much better because the targets are like, what, 6 inches, and they're at about 60-ish yards.
I don't think it would have mattered. You know, I think this stage is actually more of a pistol stage than a rifle stage, because the amount of time that people spend on the rifle is different than the pistol. When I saw pistol runs, the pistol runs are where people are eating up their time.
That's true, because they're getting to the no-shoot plate rack or pistol at the end.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of them that might have shot rifle clean are incurring penalties. I'm pretty happy with myself that I shot it clean, but I deliberately shot low on the plate rack
I saw that.
to make sure that I didn't get no-shoots.
I was thinking with the AK, no-shoots don't matter anyway, right?
Right.
But the other thing that I did, this is a tactical error on my part, just because here we are filming and just not thinking it through. When I pulled my gun, you may have saw on the video, I forgot to turn on my dot. And when the dot came on, it was at the lower brightness setting. So I landed up using my backup iron only because I had stupidly not turned on the dot. And I could use the dot, but I could barely perceive it. So I had to use the backups and then transition to this very dim dot.
Well, and part of that's too because this is an unloaded pistol start. You don't think about making ready with your pistol.
And we didn't use pistol on stage 1, we come to stage 2. Now we're using pistol, and guess what? I didn't have my pistol properly turned on.
I consciously went to the safety area, unbagged my rifle, prepped it, then drew my pistol, took the cover off of it, made sure the dot was where I wanted it.
I didn't. So when I pulled the pistol out, I knew it wasn't on. I hit the button, and then of course it wasn't at the brightest setting. So not optimal, although I think my pistol work was reasonable. It didn't kill me. What killed me was starting without the bolt disassembled, and frankly just not giving any craps about the no-shoots.
You know, the biggest thing for people if they're encountering a stage like this with an awkward position, try to get behind your sights the best you can outside of the stage in the safety area and figure out how you're going to do it before you get there.
That's a good point.
And that's what I did over in the safety area. Was I found out I had to collapse my stock all the way, put the buttstock sideways on my armor plate to get behind the optic.
Or you could do what I do, which is just forget to turn your dot on, talk to people in your squad, and then just go shoot. There you go. So stage 2, we got 4 more.
4 more today.
And I'm getting pretty much crushed by you, but we knew that was going to happen. But we'll see how it goes out in the long run. You got 6 more to go.
All right, next stage is all pistol.
Oh, this is the one. Yeah. All right, watch out. Here we go.